Next time you decide to fill up, you might want to reconsider paying at the pump. Authorities say electronic card readers like these are an easy target for skimmers. It's been over a year since Arkansas passed the medical marijuana bill. So why doesn't the city of Russellville have an operating dispensary yet? Russellville Planning Commission Secretary Wendell Miller says location is the big problem. Caitlin Bounds has overcome many obstacles in her life being a runner with autism. Bounds earned a spot on the U.S. World Paralympic team and competed in the games in London. Since the age of 14, Caitlin has wanted to be a runner. After birth, Caitlin had to have a heart-lung bypass surgery, leaving her without a right carotid artery. She also has asthma. Running was the last thing anyone thought she would be able to do.
They started to put her in a couple of events, and Caitlin started scoring a lot of points for the team, and then they realized Caitlin was valuable. So then Caitlin was in all the events. She was in 5 or 6 events each time, and then she started becoming the top scorer for the team.
The Bounds hadn't heard of the Paralympics before. Once Caitlin found out she was qualified to be on the team, they filled out the paperwork, and in July, Caitlin was 1 out of 50 people from the United States to compete in the World Games.
It's so different from what I'm used to. Everyone was so welcoming, kind, and we all just rooted for each other regardless of our disabilities. We were pretty much all equal.
Through all the hardships Caitlin has faced in her life, she still shows many that being different doesn't mean you can't have a dream and run with it.
People always tell me they're going to teach Caitlin to conform. But as I found since she was a little girl, Caitlin always manages to teach people how to look at things a little bit differently.
Caitlin now plans to qualify for the marathon trials and be on both the Paralympic and Olympic teams. Russellville police have made an arrest on Thursday in connection of the murders of Aaron Brock and Bo DeWitt, whose bodies were found at the U-Pullet Auto Salvage Yard on Tuesday. Police have now charged Tyler Bearfield with 2 counts of murder. A statewide program implemented 2 years ago reached new heights when the Russellville Police Department seized over 25 pounds of methamphetamines and nearly 70 illegal firearms. Operation To the Dirt had over 200 officers involved from the state and federal levels, including the Russellville Police Department, Polk County Sheriff's Office, State Police, DEA, and the ATF.
We look for people using and selling narcotics. If there's a residence or let's say even a local motel where people are suspected of selling drugs out of, our officers watch those locations, conduct traffic stops, and a lot of that is where the task force gets their information.
Although 50 arrests have been made, there will always be new dealers, making it important to have operations like To the Dirt to keep the streets clean.
I know drugs are everywhere, but it's comforting to know that our Russellville Police Department is on top of it.
With the success of Operation To the Dirt, the Russellville Police Department is taking the phrase "serving our community" to new heights.
We've had people reach out to us and say thank you so much for finally taking this person off the street. We've had people reach out and say, hopefully now, this person was a dealer for a family member, and hopefully now my family member can get clean and sober.
The Russellville Police Department isn't finished yet and hopes that they will continue to keep drugs out of their city. Burglary, theft, and even homicide of a local police officer leaves some Dardanelle residents curious on what exactly is happening in their streets.